Thanks for joining us today with my top lenders and top questions that get asked to them. I have a question for you. It's impromptu and not on the
Not scripted.
list. No,
I'm nervous.
absolutely, shiver in your
Please.
boots. I think one of the common questions that I get asked as an agent from my clients who have not spoke to a lender are, how much is it going to cost me to close the loan? What I mean specifically, most people see, let's say, house at $250. They think, oh, I need $250,000 to close this. Can you give us a little bit of a scope and understanding of what costs are incurred in trying to close a loan and why?
Yeah, we can talk about standard closing costs. I like to go over a fees worksheet with my borrowers so they know exactly what they are. And then there's a ton of different options on how you can get to those closing costs. You can have the seller pay for them, you can have the lender pay for them, combination of those two, or you can pay them yourself. And there's a lot of different reasons on why to do that and how to structure it, and we would definitely discuss all three of those.
And as far as third-party fees, lender fees, there's a lot of things that go into it and a lot of different people that get paid in these transactions. The title company gets paid, the appraiser gets paid, the credit report company gets paid, the lender gets paid, the mortgage originator gets paid. There's usually a processing fee, possibly an underwriting fee. So all of these things together, based on purchase price, a lot of times it'll vary. If you're buying a $140,000 house and the taxes are $60 a month or $80 a month, it's going to be a lot different than if you buy a $500,000 house and taxes are $350 a month. So it varies drastically, but to add to Mike's point, it's very important to get with the lender up front so you can discuss different options at how to get to that bottom line that makes you comfortable.
So when you're looking at these closing costs, say on just a $250 loan, what should someone be prepared to have in excess or be prepared to pay? Just a general idea, rule of thumb. Do you have one of those?
How much is the purchase price?
$250.
Closing costs probably come in somewhere around 1% of that. And then you got
prepaids.
prepaids and escrow as well. Escrow is taxes and insurance. Prepaids are the 12 months of homeowner's insurance plus the interest due for that
Rate
month.
of interest, yeah.
So another, what do you say, $1,500 to $2,000?
Yeah, I would say you budget probably close to about 2%. It might be a little bit less. It also really depends on what time of the year you close. The later in the year that you close, the seller has to give you a tax proration. So to get back to the point of if taxes are very expensive on a property and you're closing in December, let's say, the seller's going to give you a tax credit on the HUD. And we use the example of $350, so they'd give you a tax credit of, what would that be, $4,200, $350 a month.
And then on top of that is what interest rate do you select? Do you select one with points that's going to add to your closing costs? Do you select one with lender credit? It's going to reduce the amount of closing costs you're paying.
Awesome. That was a ton of information, and we're going to actually get through some of those additional pieces that you guys talked about in some of our later videos. If you have any other questions regarding what content has been said in this, please feel free to reach out to either of these two folks and they can go in more in depth and explain it. Thanks, guys.
Right now, you're going to ask why, Sarah?
Why, Sarah?
We want to take a look at your loan.
We determine what they can afford based on their tax returns, their income documentation, and their credit scores.